Each new Monday is like the first page of a new chapter in the book of your life. Many people see Monday as a burden, but it can be your greatest opportunity. The reset button that helps you rise above distraction and step into purpose. To start your week with energy, clarity, and strength, remember these 7 habits. 1. Rise before the noise. The way you begin your morning sets the rhythm for your entire day. When you rise before the noise, you step into a space of stillness that the world rarely experiences anymore. Most people wake up reacting to alarms, to messages, to responsibilities. They open their eyes and immediately face chaos. But when you choose to rise before that chaos begins, you choose clarity over confusion. You give yourself the quiet gift of time. Time to breathe, to align, and to reconnect with your inner rhythm before the demands of the world reach you. In those early hours, the world is still asleep. The air feels purer, the energy gentler. There is a sacred silence that cannot be found once the world awakens. That silence is not empty. It is full of presence, full of peace, full of potential. When you step into it consciously, you learn to listen, not just to the sounds around you, but to the whispers within you. In that stillness, your thoughts slow down, your breath deepens. You begin to feel grounded, centered, and aware. That awareness is the foundation of strength. Rising before the noise is not about waking early for the sake of discipline alone. It is about meeting yourself before you meet the world. When you rise early, you give your mind the first and most powerful message of the day. That you are in control. You are choosing to lead your day, not follow it. This simple act of getting up before distractions arrive teaches self-mastery. It teaches you that energy is not something you chase. It's something you create by aligning your actions with your intentions. There is a subtle beauty in watching the first light appear before the sun fully rises. It reminds you that growth does not happen suddenly. It unfolds quietly, steadily, and naturally. Just as the dawn does not rush the sun, you too can begin your day without haste. This peaceful pace allows you to approach your responsibilities with calm rather than stress. You find that the same tasks that once felt heavy become lighter when performed from a centered state of mind. To rise before the noise is to reclaim ownership of your life's rhythm. It is to remind yourself that the world may move fast, but you do not have to. The early hours are your sanctuary, a place where time expands and clarity deepens. In this sacred space, you begin not with urgency, but with understanding, not with distraction, but with direction. 2. Move your body. Awaken your spirit. Your body is the vessel that carries your mind and spirit through every experience of life. Yet, many people wake up and immediately begin using their minds before they have awakened their bodies. They rush into thoughts, tasks, and screens while their physical energy still sleeps. Movement in the morning is not merely an act of exercise. It is an act of awakening. It is how you tell your body, it is time to rise. When your body moves, your spirit follows. The still energy within you begins to flow, and that flow becomes the foundation of vitality for the day ahead. The body and the mind are deeply connected. When the body is still for too long, the mind becomes heavy. When the body moves, the mind becomes light. A few minutes of stretching, mindful walking, or gentle training can shift your entire mental state. Your breath deepens, your blood circulates, your focus sharpens. The physical act of movement clears away stagnation, not only from your muscles, but also from your thoughts. It is as if you are shaking off the sleep from your mind as much as from your body. This is why morning movement is sacred. It awakens both the seen and the unseen parts of you. You do not need to move like an athlete. You need to move like someone who honors their body. The goal is not perfection, but connection. Each movement should be done with awareness, not haste. Feel your feet grounded on the floor, your breath syncing with your pace, your heartbeat reminding you that you are alive. This awareness transforms exercise into meditation. It turns movement into mindfulness. When you move consciously, you are not just training muscles. You are training focus, patience, and presence. The body is a temple of energy. If you neglect it, your inner light dims. If you care for it, that light expands. Movement stirs the energy that rests within your core, an energy that, once awakened, spreads through every thought and action of your day. Even 10 minutes of intentional movement can shift your vibration from fatigue to vitality, from dullness to alertness. The power you seek in your morning coffee already exists within your body. You simply have to unlock it through mindful motion. When you move your body each morning, you remind yourself that energy is not something you wait for. It is something you generate. Your strength is not built only in the gym. It is built in the quiet moments when you choose to honor your body before the world claims your attention. Through movement, you build discipline. Through discipline, you awaken life. 3. Begin with stillness, not screens. The first moments after you wake are sacred. They are the purest form of awareness you will have all day. In that quiet state, your mind is open, soft, and untouched by the world's noise. Yet, many people give these moments away without thought. They reach for their phones before they reach for their breath. They fill their newly awakened mind with messages, news, and noise before it has even had the chance to meet itself. The mind becomes flooded before it can find focus. To begin with stillness is to protect your peace before the world intrudes upon it. Stillness is not the absence of activity. It is the presence of awareness. When you start your morning in stillness, even for a few minutes, you give your mind permission to settle. You notice your breath, the rhythm of your heartbeat, the subtle sensations of being alive. This is not wasted time. It is sacred preparation, just as an archer steadies their hand before drawing the bow. You steady your mind before entering the day. That pause between sleep and activity holds great power. It allows clarity to rise naturally without force. Screens, on the other hand, pull you outward before you have looked inward. They take you from stillness to stimulation in an instant. The colors, sounds, and words demand your attention before you have had time to direct it yourself. Every notification becomes a small disturbance in your inner calm. The result is subtle but profound. You begin your day reacting instead of creating. You lose the quiet dialogue with your own thoughts and replace it with the voices of others. Over time, this habit weakens your ability to hear your inner guidance. When you begin with stillness, you reclaim ownership of your mind. You learn to witness your thoughts rather than chase them. You learn to breathe before you speak and to observe before you act. Whether it is through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in silence, these moments of stillness build mental strength. They are the roots of calmness that anchor you when the storms of the day arrive. Stillness teaches patience, and patience gives birth to wisdom. It is through this simple practice that you train yourself to respond to life rather than react to it. Imagine starting your day not by checking messages, but by checking in with yourself. Imagine opening your eyes and greeting your breath instead of your screen. In those moments, you begin to feel your energy expanding from within rather than being pulled outward. This inward focus creates balance. It helps you begin your day not as a prisoner of distraction, but as the master of attention. The more you protect these moments of stillness, the more strength you will carry into the hours ahead. 4. Set an intention. Not just a schedule, each day arrives as a blank canvas, and what you paint upon it depends on the energy you carry within. Many people wake up and immediately dive into lists, meetings, chores, deadlines, tasks. Their days become mechanical, driven by obligation rather than purpose. But a life built only on schedules lacks depth. A schedule tells you what to do. An intention reminds you why you are doing it. When you begin your Monday, or any day, with intention, you guide your energy rather than let it scatter. You move not just with direction, but with meaning. Intention is the compass of the soul. It gives your actions emotional and spiritual alignment. Without it, even productive days can feel empty. You may complete tasks, yet still feel unfulfilled because your mind was never connected to your purpose. Setting an intention each morning is like lighting a small flame inside yourself. A flame that will guide you through distraction, resistance, and doubt. That flame reminds you of what truly matters, not just doing more, but being present in what you do. An intention does not have to be grand or complex. It can be as simple as today, I will move through my work with patience. Or today, I will speak kindly. Or today, I will bring calm into chaos. When you set such an intention, you create a quiet focus in your mind. Every action becomes an extension of that purpose. You begin to live deliberately rather than reactively. Even when challenges arise, your intention acts as an anchor, pulling you back to balance when your emotions drift. To set an intention is to meet your day with awareness. It requires a pause, a conscious breath before rushing forward. In that moment of stillness, you remind yourself that your worth is not measured by how much you complete, but by how consciously you move through what you complete. A schedule belongs to the world outside you. An intention belongs to the world within. When both are aligned, your days flow with harmony. The tasks remain the same, but the energy behind them transforms completely. When you begin your Monday morning by setting an intention, you are essentially planting the seed for the week ahead. That seed grows each time you act in alignment with it. Slowly, it becomes part of your character, shaping how you respond, how you lead, and how you carry yourself. The outer world may still demand its schedules, but your inner world moves with peace. And from that peace comes clarity, strength, and purpose in all that you do. 5. That is the number R. Feed your mind with strength. What you feed your mind each morning becomes the foundation of your thoughts throughout the day. Just as your body depends on nourishment for energy, your mind depends on input for focus, peace, and power. Many people wake up and fill their minds with noise, endless news, online gossip, negativity disguised as entertainment. They wonder why their thoughts feel heavy, why motivation fades, why focus becomes weak. The truth is simple. What you feed your mind shapes your inner world. To begin your week with energy, you must choose your mental diet with the same care that you choose your food. The morning mind is open and impressionable, like soft clay waiting to be shaped. Whatever you expose it to first leaves a deep imprint on your consciousness. That is why the first words, images, or sounds you consume matter so much. When you fill your mind with wisdom, gratitude, and learning, you prepare it to grow. You fill it with conflict and distraction, you prepare it to struggle. Every piece of information you allow in is like a seed, and those seeds will bloom into thoughts, emotions, and actions as the day unfolds. Feeding your mind with strength means consciously choosing what uplifts, educates, and expands you. It might be reading a few pages of a thoughtful book, listening to calming music, or reflecting on words of wisdom. It could be a motivational talk, a spiritual text, or simply the silence that allows your mind to reset. The key is awareness, to notice what your mind consumes and how it feels afterward. Strong mental nourishment leaves you centered, inspired, and calm. Weak nourishment leaves you anxious, distracted, and restless. You must choose with intention, not impulse. Your mind is not a vessel to be filled. It is a fire to be kindled. What you feed, it should not just occupy space, but ignite awareness. When you read something meaningful or hear something profound, it awakens a strength that already exists within you. You begin to see life differently. Challenges become lessons and failures become opportunities for understanding. This transformation does not happen overnight, but it grows each day you choose depth over distraction. Feeding your mind well is an act of self-respect. It is how you protect your focus from being consumed by noise. When you nourish your mind with strength each morning, you step into your day with clarity and confidence. The outer world may still test you, but your inner world remains steady. You respond rather than react, because your thoughts are anchored in understanding. The strength of your mind becomes your invisible armor. Quiet, yet unbreakable, and as your week unfolds, you carry within you a steady source of energy that does not depend on circumstances, but on consciousness. 6. Practice gratitude before you begin, before the world pulls you into its noise and movement. Take a moment to acknowledge the quiet gift of being alive. Gratitude is the first act of awareness. It reminds you that no matter what awaits in the day ahead, you already possess something precious, the opportunity to begin again. Many people wake up and immediately focus on what they lack: more time, more success, more comfort. But gratitude shifts your attention from scarcity to abundance. It reminds you that life is not built from what is missing, but from what is already present. When you start your morning with gratitude, your energy softens, your heart opens, and your mind clears. Gratitude is not an emotion you wait to feel. It is a practice you choose to cultivate. It grows through repetition, through awareness, through small acts of appreciation. You do not need to wait for great victories to feel thankful. The quiet moments are enough. The warmth of your bed, the air filling your lungs, the sound of morning light touching the world. These are simple things, yet they are often overlooked. When you learn to see their value, your entire perception of life transforms. The world becomes less about what you need to take and more about what you have been given. To practice gratitude is to train your mind to see light in places where darkness often hides. It is to pause before your complaints form and replace them with acknowledgement. Gratitude does not deny hardship. It does not pretend life is perfect. Rather, it gives you the strength to face imperfection with grace. When challenges come, gratitude whispers, even here, there is something to learn. That awareness builds resilience. It teaches you that peace is not the absence of struggle, but the ability to remain open-hearted within it. Each morning, take a few minutes to name 3 things you are grateful for. Write them down, speak them softly, or hold them in silence. Feel the sincerity of your words as they rise within you. This is not a routine task, but a moment of connection between your heart and your life. Gratitude grounds you in the present, pulling your mind away from regrets of the past and worries of the future. It reminds you that this moment, right now, is enough. You are enough. Life, as it stands, is enough. When you begin your Monday, or any day, with gratitude, the energy of your entire week changes. You carry a sense of calm that no outside chaos can disturb. You begin to notice beauty where others see only routine. You speak softer, listen deeper, and act with more compassion. Gratitude does not just change how you feel. It changes who you are as you move through the world. It is the bridge between awareness and peace, between hurry and harmony, between simply living and truly being alive. 7. Act with discipline, not motivation. Motivation is fleeting, fragile, and often unreliable. It comes in waves, rising when circumstances are favorable and fading when challenges appear. Many people wait for motivation to strike before they act, only to find that by the time it arrives, the moment has passed. Discipline, on the other hand, is steady, intentional, and enduring. It does not depend on mood, feelings, or circumstances. Discipline is the conscious decision to act according to your values, even when your energy is low or your enthusiasm is absent. It is the bridge between intention and action, between dreams and reality. To act with discipline is to honor your commitments to yourself above all else. It requires showing up consistently, even when the task is difficult or mundane. Small, repeated actions done with focus create the momentum that motivation alone cannot provide. Discipline is not about force or rigidity. It is about alignment. It teaches you to move with intention, to respect the rhythm of effort, and to cultivate patience with the process. Every disciplined action, no matter how small, strengthens your character and sharpens your inner resolve. Discipline is also a form of freedom. At first, it may seem restrictive, but true discipline allows you to act without being ruled by impulses or distractions. When your mind and body are trained to respond consciously, you are no longer at the mercy of fleeting emotions. You choose your actions rather than reacting to external pressures. Discipline becomes a quiet power, a stable foundation upon which energy, focus, and clarity naturally flourish. Motivation can inspire, but discipline sustains. Motivation sparks the flame, but discipline keeps it burning. Morning routines are the perfect arena to cultivate discipline. When the alarm rings, you rise. When the mind wants to linger in distraction, you return to breath. When the body resists movement, you move anyway. These small acts, repeated daily, accumulate into strength that extends beyond the morning. Discipline trains you to persevere when work is difficult, to maintain focus when life is chaotic, and to act with integrity when convenience tempts compromise. It is the invisible thread that connects your intentions to your outcomes. Discipline also teaches humility and patience. It reminds you that progress is rarely instantaneous and that mastery comes from repetition, not chance. Each time you choose action over procrastination, consistency over mood, you reinforce a habit that shapes not only your mornings but the trajectory of your life. Through discipline, you learn to trust yourself, not your motivation, not your luck, but your own ability to act with purpose every single day. It is in this steady, unwavering choice that true energy, resilience, and inner strength are born.